So guys, I was recently reading this article on Reddit and, it was from a guy that was struggling with Upwork. And I thought, since I'm in the top 3% of all freelancers and all I do is make Upwork content on this channel, I would talk a little bit about some harsh truths that Upwork has and how it's not always what you think it is. And there's some things that you need to know before you actually start on your journey with Upwork. Now, don't get it twisted. I think Upwork's great. And last month I made over $68,000 from Upwork in 31 days. And I'm crushing it on Upwork. And a bunch of my students are, and a bunch of you guys are in the comments too. But I think it's important to talk about some of these harsh truths because nobody else is going to tell you. These other gurus or whatever are probably just going to be like, yeah, do it. But I want to be real with you and tell you some things that I actually think are hard about Upwork and just be honest with you. And this isn't hypothetical. This is somebody that does this for a living. I literally make a ton of money. I make more money from my agency on Upwork than I do on this YouTube channel, that's for sure. So let's actually read this post together and kind of dissect it a little bit. So the post goes a little bit like this. I can't tell if I'm doing Upwork wrong or if this is just how it is now. I've been on Upwork for a while and lately it's been messing with my head more than I expected. I've spent time reading a job, writing a thoughtful proposal, trying to actually address what the client is asking for instead of copying and pasting some generic message. Then I submit it and I hear nothing, no reply, no view. Sometimes the job even disappears or it gets closed. What really got to me last night, I was sitting there playing Rolling Riches, refreshing my proposals page like it was going to magically change and realizing how much mental energy I'm putting into this. I'm not even mad about rejection. I'm just mad about the silence, which I think all of us as freelancers on Upwork can relate to. I see jobs with super low budgets getting flooded with proposals in minutes and jobs with decent budgets that seem serious just getting there with no updates. I can't tell if clients don't know what they want or if the platform is just overstimulated now, or if my profile just isn't cutting it somewhere anymore. The frustrating part is that I've had good clients through Upwork before, real good clients, long-term ones. So I know it can work, but lately it feels like I'm shouting into the void and second-guessing everything. My rates, my niche, my profile, even whether it's worth logging in on some days. I don't know if the move is to just keep pushing and trust the numbers game, which I think Upwork is a numbers game in my opinion, which we'll get into, or a step back and rethink my entire approach. For people still finding decent work there, did something change for you recently? Or is this just a normal dry spell everyone goes through? I could really use some perspective because right now it just feels discouraging. Well, I hope in this video I can give you some insights because definitely people do go through a dry spell. I mean, in December, for example, 2025 to 2026 of December, I didn't close a single client. I had clients previously that were paying, but I didn't close a single client in December. And a lot of the clients in December were saying, hey, I'm going to get started in January. But then they didn't. That is part of the game that we're in. We're freelancers, we're business owners. We provide a service and sometimes people don't want that service. It is what it is. The main thing that I got from this is the idea of silence on Upwork, which we've all experienced, let's be honest, as freelancers. I even saw a post from the owner of Gig Radar where he was talking about how silence is the new version of rejection. They're not going to reply to you and say, not interested. They're just going to air you and just not talk to you essentially. So anytime that you send a proposal or respond to an invite and don't get a reply, that is a rejection. That is a point where they're saying they're not interested. And I think it's important to look objectively at your profile, your proposal, and the entire kind of ecosystem that you've built around your service to see where that hole may be and why they're not actually interested. Especially on invitations where they have invited you to the job, there must be something that you're doing wrong that they don't like. I have a really high kind of response rate from invites because I do a lot of boosting and I send a lot of personalized looms. So maybe that's something you could try, my friend. But in regards to the harsh realities of Upwork, yes, silence is the new rejection. And this is the truth. And people don't want to hear this, but this is just me being honest. Upwork is easier and harder in some niches than others. For example, in AI automation, I think it's probably one of the easiest niches to crush on Upwork right now. But if you're trying to get into copywriting now in 2026, it's going to be pretty difficult on Upwork, I feel. And I actually have some students that are really good copywriters that are getting started and are in my one-to-one program. And it's more difficult for them to land clients. It just is. And I'm seeing it on a day-to-day basis. Social media management 5 years ago was way easier than it is in 2026. Video editing 3 years ago is way easier than it was then, but than it is now. So It's harder in certain niches. And another harsh reality is that it's harder in certain locations. I don't care what anybody says, Upwork is definitely harder from places like third world countries than it is in comparison to, like if you have an account in the UK or in Dubai or in, the US, for example. It just is. And people have a stigma around it. And there's not really anything you can say about that. It's kind of just true. Another harsh reality about Upwork as well is that your reputation matters, and one bad review can completely destroy your profile. And that can hold a lot of weight as a freelancer. It can be quite scary to know that if you mess up one time, even if you've had a perfect track record and it goes bad, it can make a big difference. And your profile can basically be broken since then. And you're going to have to go through all this effort to get these, reviews removed. And you're going to have to get more good reviews, but then it's harder to land clients because you have this bad review. I've seen even a big difference from 100% JSS to, 95, 96% JSS. Because objectively speaking, as a client, imagine you're the client. Who wants to hire somebody that only gets it right 95% of the time or 90% of the time? No, you want somebody that does it 100% of the time. So that's definitely important too. Another harsh reality as well around Upwork that nobody really talks about, and I've never seen anybody else talk about this, is the payment schedules. This is something, honestly, I've never seen anybody talk about this, but it can be super annoying. Essentially, it takes about 5 days for your money to clear whenever you close a client. Like if I close a client today for $30,000, and it's a Monday, I'm not going to see that money for another 5 days. And then if I want to withdraw it, then some payment methods are instant. But if you withdraw into like a US bank account, or you're withdrawing, ACH to somewhere so that you can, like save taxes or whatever the situation may be, it can take an additional 2 to 3 days. For example, I have a $12,000 per month client right now, and the money essentially clears on a Wednesday. Then it takes 5 days. And by the time that I've already withdrew it on a Saturday, it takes another few days. And I actually get my money by Tuesday. So it took all the way from Wednesday to the Tuesday the next week just to get my money, which is crazy if you think about it. And it puts stress on you if you're an agency owner, because obviously, your team wants to get paid. Your team doesn't want to wait 8 days to get payment after the work is already done. And maybe the final harsh truth is that Upwork is extremely difficult as a complete beginner. And it doesn't incentivize me in any way to say this on YouTube, but if you're a beginner on Upwork and you have no prior experience with a skill, it's going to be really difficult for you. That's just the truth. Now, there's ways around it. And trust me, like I help people do this all the time. And you've seen on my YouTube channel, I've taken people from 0 to 3K per month in 7 days. You know what I mean? Or land their big first client in the first 30 days or 90 days. I have all of these testimonials, but the truth is that it is difficult. I would say one of the #1 experts on this topic on Upwork. And as somebody that does this day in, day out, I do see how difficult it is for beginners. But there are ways to fix these things. And although there are a lot of harsh realities when it comes to Upwork, there are things that you can do to fix this. For example, before you start sending out a bunch of proposals, I would urge you to get to a 100% job success score and maintain above a 90% job success score for over 13 out of 16 weeks. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to get top rated, assuming that you've also hit the other requirements like $1,000 earned and no profile limitations or whatever on your profile. That will make a big difference in terms of the replies that you get and the kind of like messaging that you get. Because yes, you may get replies, but also people will feel like they're taking a chance on you, and that can also be bad for you as well. Another thing you can do to fight kind of these harsh realities of Upwork is picking a niche that is good. Like if you're trying to compete as a brand new profile in copywriting in 2026, it's 100% possible. And I have students that are making $5,000, $10,000 a month in copywriting, like for example, my student Mo. But you are also going to struggle because it's a niche that is kind of declining on Upwork. Whereas if you go into AI automation, for example, it might be a lot easier for you. Another thing you can do, which I don't know if this is against the TOS or if I'm telling you to do something that's breaking the rules, but if it's possible for you to set up your profile in a place isn't a third world country, that might benefit you too. Like if you had to pick between having your account in India, Pakistan, Nigeria, or having it in the UK, Spain, the US, for example, it would probably benefit you. Now, I don't know if that's even possible, but if it was possible, hopefully that's something that you could do. But forgive me for not knowing the answer to that. I should know that as an expert on Upwork. Another thing you can do to combat these like difficulties on Upwork is obviously just crushing the client work. So whenever you do actually get a client, do an amazing job, like go above and beyond and crush it. me specifically, I've never had a bad review in the last 90 days. And I don't think I've ever really had a super bad review other than when I first started and got like a terrible review for my first client for like $180. But seeing all of those 5-star reviews on my profile, it makes a difference. And clients will be willing to pay you more money, do repeat business, and they feel more safe with you. And finally, maybe the most important thing is just look at this like a business. I know you're a freelancer, but at the end of the day, you have to allocate money to this business, right? Like there is a cost to acquire a customer. Right now, for me, it costs me about $300 to get a client, but each client's profit is about $5,000. So it's good for me, but there is a cost to acquire customers. I mean, even for me, it cost me about $15 to get an invitation. So imagine every single time I get an invitation, boom, $15 out of my bank account. For every time I get a click, I think it's like a few dollars, right? So bang, every single time somebody clicks on my profile, it happens. And I've actually had it where people on my YouTube channel have clicked on my profile, messaged me with like either a fake job or just messaged me directly. And I messaged them back and I'm like, you do realize this is like costing me money. So please don't do that if you are going to do that. But I guess what I'm trying to say is there are many harsh realities of Upwork, but you can do this. And you've got people like me who are making over $60,000 a month on Upwork. You've got my students that are crushing it. And there's even people on Upwork that are making over $100,000 on the platform, $1 million a year, just off this one platform alone. You can do this. But I think I just want to be the type of person to be real with you and tell you the pros and the cons. So I hope that makes sense. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a subscribe. It's not all negative. And if you want to check out a full course on how to actually land your first client and how to, make your first client in the first 7 days, then click the link below somewhere around here.